Chris, is that everybody here, yes?
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. I don't normally read from a script, but because of the importance of this tonight, I've got lots of notes and I don't want to miss anything out. So excuse me for reading off my iPad, but I want to make sure that I cover everything. And first of all, welcome to our home from home. This room here is where the players and the staff congregate each day, and this is our team room. And we try and make it a little bit special for them, a bit like Great Britain. This exact same room was in Bisham Abbey, and Chris and the staff made it all happen here so that we can come in here, do our scouting, we can have a chat, we can have some of our meals, and it's a team room. It's the Great Britain team room. And it's where we try and instill the values and philosophy that we've started to build over 2 years. I've been with this organisation now 2.5 years, and it's taken me up to this point to find a culture, an environment that I'm starting to feel a little bit comfortable with. It's a culture where we win, but we want to win well, and with the players at the heart of everything we do. And you can see our phrases that we live by on the wall here, and the most important one is when you leave the room, when you look at the lioness that's on the room, on the wall in the room. You're all aware that our end goal is a medal in Los Angeles in 2028 at the Olympic Games. And I just want you to dwell on that for a moment. It's not a throwaway pipe dream that someone's come up with. It's a genuine milestone target for this program. And it's achievable if we all believe and pull in the right directions together. The parallels to this program to one that I ran in 2012 into 2014 are uncanny. The problems are identical. That's why I feel so comfortable with this program and why I returned from retirement to take on another Olympic sport. I want to see more people inducted into this Hall of Fame in the future as medal winners, Olympic medal winners and as Olympians. And there's no reason that some of you young people in here cannot be Olympians in the future. No reason whatsoever. To qualify for the 2028 Olympic Games, we need to have established a world-class environment backed up by the culture that I speak about that supports our players, not only on the field of play, but developing as humans and as people. And that's just as important to me as what we do on the field of play. And for you to come here tonight to see what I believe is the pinnacle in an athlete's career or player's career as a Hall of Fame induction speaks volumes to me. It's a lasting legacy that these people that are being inducted, that people can follow. We have a very young roster here, and I want you to see the 2 players that we're inducting into the Hall of Fame tonight, and I want you to think that that could be you in a few years' time. Okay? A bit of history about the Hall of Fame. The first group of individuals chosen for the British Softball Hall of Fame were inducted at a ceremony during the Federation's AGM in 2007. And every 2 years thereafter, there have been nominees that have been inducted. They're primarily players, umpires, organisers, national team managers, development workers, who in the words of the Hall of Fame statement of purpose, have played a major role in the growth and development of or demonstrated outstanding achievement and ability within British softball. I am really proud to be asked to do this. This should be Bob Fromer standing here tonight, and those of you that have been around know Bob. Bob unfortunately couldn't make it, and he asked me to step in. And as soon as I was asked to step in, I asked Tara Henry to assist me to actually present the awards. But I am so, so proud, because in my sport of track and field, the Hall of Fame is just unbelievable. To be nominated in a Hall of Fame is just unbelievable. And I want these 2 people that we're inducting tonight to feel very special. Before I go on to that induction, I've got a message here from the British Softball Federation President, and she wants me to read it out. The President is a lady called Leslie Morissetti, and she sent me this a couple of hours ago. Good evening, everyone. I hope Gary, Tara, and the team are looking after you well. I would like to add my personal congratulations to Stephanie Pearce and Georgina Corrick on their induction into the British Softball Federation Hall of Fame. They have both shown grit, determination to follow their dreams and given so much to the performance program already. I'm wishing the whole team and coaching staff continued success in Utrecht. Fingers crossed you won versus Belgium this afternoon. And this tournament will be a good stepping stone towards your LA 2028 Olympic dreams. As President of the British Softball Federation, it is my honour to convey our utmost appreciation for your dedication and leadership in the quest for success. Congratulations once again to our two inductees into the Hall of Fame. That's from Leslie. Right, so the main part of the evening. Two people being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and the first one, Stephanie Pearce. Very well deserved, Stephanie. Whilst researching and learning about you, Steph, it was fascinating for me because I've never met you before. I met you for the first time the other day. And you typify for me what is possible for a UK-based female fast pitch player to achieve with the dedication and tenacity that you've shown. Okay. I'm going to read now some of Stephanie's honours. Whilst researching and learning about Steph, as I said, I got so into it. She joined a local schools programme and a club in southwest London, working her way up through the GB age group national teams. And to follow her softball dreams, she made the move and had a highly successful 4 years at the US college softball at Vernon College. Is that correct? So Vernon College and the University of Bridgeport. Okay. And gained a starting place as a catcher and outfielder on a number of the GB senior women's teams from 2009 to 2018, appearing at 5 European Championships and 5 World Championships. On her journey, Steph won the Best Batter Award at the 2008 European Under-19 Women's Championships and achieved a high number of honours while playing at Bridgeport. Continuing her career after college, she was scouted to play in the Netherlands in the Dutch League, where she played for 6 years. 2 of those years were a part of a team called Olympia that won the league and won gold medals at 2 European club tournaments. Steph has illustrated a huge amount of dedication and willpower over many years to make herself into an impact player in international level and shows what is possible and has illustrated a trusted pathway for our young UK-based players. It gives me great pleasure to hereby induct Stephanie Pearce into the British Softball Federation Hall of Fame and to receive their award from our Olympic head coach, Tara Henry. Steph, can you come back and say a few words for us? Yes. I put it here, look. It's set down.
I did prepare something because I'm really bad at public speaking. So don't mind me while I read off a sheet of paper. When I found out I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I felt such an overwhelming feeling of pride and honour, and it brought back so many fond memories of being back in GB uniform. Playing for GB has been some of the best years of my life, taking me to 11 different countries in 15 years of playing across the GB age groups, and I've played alongside so many amazing teammates against the best teams in the world, in Europe and the world. There we go. I'm forever thankful for all the opportunities softball and playing for GB has brought me, and for the person it has shaped me to become. I'm also so thankful for people like Hayley Scott and Bob Fromer, and to my early day coaches / mentors in the School of Excellence back in the UK, and my club team, the Monkeys, for nurturing my talent and pushing me to reach my dreams of playing softball in college in the States. I really didn't think that would be something possible for me. It's amazing to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with George. I've loved watching your journey, growing as a player, being your teammate, and catching for you over the years since 2015. You are an incredible player and a person, and it really means so much to be getting this alongside you. For you lovely GB ladies, keep enjoying every second, be proud, stay humble, play with heart and passion, and play for each other with confidence. I've always myself loved the saying, play every game like it's your last. Maybe that's something that you can take with you for the rest of the tournament. If you need anything as a former GBer, I'm here for you. For anything, support, some words of wisdom, or just a hug. Go smash them for the rest of the tournament. If you grit down with determination, you've got this. Thank you so much. This means so much, literally, it means so much to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph, for those words. We come now to our second inductee this evening, and it's unusual, I believe, for certainly in other Hall of Fames, for a current player to be inducted into a Hall of Fame, but I think there's probably nobody currently playing more deserving than Georgina Corrick, who is our next inductee. Georgina, hailing from her birthplace of Basingstoke in the UK, she was raised in the USA, attending Seminole High School in Sanford, Florida. She is now a professional softball player for Athletes Unlimited, and she played her college softball for the South Florida Bulls. In 2022, Georgina was the first pitching Triple Crown winner in NCAA Division I history, amongst numerous other highly regarded honours. Georgina first represented Great Britain at the 2015 Junior Women's Softball World Championships and went on to the 2018 Women's Softball World Championships and the 2017 and 2019 European Softball Federation World Women's Championships, where she won a bronze medal. She again represented Great Britain at the 2022 Softball European Championships, where she won a silver medal. During the tournament, Georgina threw her first non-hitter for the national team on July the 25th, 2022, in an opening game against Germany. She was subsequently named the most valuable player of Team GB. Georgina has pitched a perfect game in a World Cup tournament against Ireland during the 2024 Women's Softball World Cup, a tournament that saw Great Britain go on to beat Australia and Chinese Taipei, with George taking a leading role. As part of Great Britain's Olympic aspirations, Georgina spearheads the new look pitching staff that will shape our Olympic strategy. Personally, I've now worked with Georgina for 3 international competition seasons. Each time, I look forward not only to seeing her play, but being in her company. It gives me great pleasure to hereby induct Georgina Corrick into the British Softball Federation Hall of Fame and to receive her award from Olympic head coach Tara Henry. You've got to say a few words.
That's okay.
Hi guys. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who has taken the time to come out here and be here. I think especially a huge thank you to Gary and Tara, who have obviously spearheaded this new program, this new organization of what GB is now kind of looking towards being. You guys are a massive, massive part of this. I'm obviously looking at my dad, who's taking wonderful dad pictures right now. But like, I know personally, I couldn't be here without them. When I first learned about the GB program through a teammate at USF, my parents were the ones that not only financially supported me, but emotionally supported me, physically supported me. They've been with me every single step of the way through so many memories, so many different life changes, and so many avenues. They actually obviously allowed me to meet the one and only amazing Stephanie Pearce, one of my first catchers actually when I first joined the GB program. And I have always admired you and looked up to you so much because you led every single day with joy. You know, everything was smashing, everything was phenomenal. And even when days were really hard, there's been times with this program that I look back and we didn't always have an LA 2028 to look forward to. A lot of times we played for GB because we loved GB, because I loved my parents and I loved where they came from, and I wanted to feel more connected to who I was and where I came from, because I loved my family and my heritage, because I loved my teammates and my players, and I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. I think when we're 14, 15, 16 years old, we don't get that opportunity very often to not only see something bigger than yourself, but also be a part of it. And this has been probably the most rewarding moment of my life, being a part of Great Britain softball. I've had a lot of people ask me, especially through my collegiate years, through my professional years, of the things that I'm most proud of. And every single time, without fail, I think about a moment with Great Britain. It might not have been a moment that we medaled. It might not have been a moment that we even won a game. But coming out here and being a part of something that means so much more than just us individually has always and will continue to be a massive and motivational part of my life. So I want to thank all of you guys for coming out here. I want to thank the new coaching staff, Gary and Tara, obviously at the helm of these things. They choose to sacrifice a lot to now have this goal of LA 2028. But the goal is not the finish line, right? I think that's always been something that Steph and I have understood, that Kirsten, that other past people of Great Britain softball who's been a part of this massive family have understood, is that GB is not a destination. GB has always and will forever be a family. It's something that we get a chance to come together and compete for something bigger, and knowing that we have the opportunity for the Olympics means the world, but we have athletes that will compete past LA 2028. We will meet new and amazing young athletes that will be inspired by the girls in this room. Maybe not myself, maybe the girls underneath me and the girls underneath them. The whole entire goal of Great Britain softball is to not only go to the Olympics and medal and compete and show the world what GB is obviously capable of, but to keep inspiring the next generation of players to compete for something bigger than themselves and to be a part of the Lioness, be a part of something that has generations and generations of strength. So I want to thank you guys so much for being a small part of that strength. It takes a village, it takes a town, and it takes a community, but more than that, it takes love. And I love every single one of you. I've loved everyone who's ever been a part of GB and has contributed to what we are, and I love every single one of you that will continue, and even the girls that I don't get the opportunity to meet and play with. I'm going to love you guys for the rest of my life, and being a part of the Hall of Fame is just that. It's solidifying that and knowing that our goal is still moving forward. We're not done as a program, and we're not done as a family. Thank you, guys.
Just composing myself after that, Georgina. I've got a few more lines to say before we finish, but before we do that, it's just something that Christopher wants to do for Georgina, and I'm so glad. This has been staring at me at my desk for the last 6 months. We've got a little something to give you, George, that was sent in to us by a fan of yours.
Yes, so back in February of this year, the men's fast pitch team from Great Britain went to Harare in Zimbabwe. They donated a bunch of equipment that had been donated at Farnham Park, which is the national baseball and softball complex where we trained last week. We're the home of the national team. And as a thank you gift, local artist Stephen Nichols gave a few commissioned paintings away. And one of them, as Gary has said, has been staring at us for the last few months. And we'd love to give it to George because it is her.
Woo! That was so good! Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Does this fit in my suitcase? Can I send this home with you guys? Do you want to go sit?
You don't. You'll need to come back for some pictures in a moment when I've said this.
This isn't enough. You can't just.
Yeah, we can have that. Sit in the dugout. People think it's you there. Okay, just so I can finish off the formalities, and then we got a load of pictures to take, and we can, you can mix in and drink our wine and eat our food. But once again, thank you so much for coming to support the team at these championships. It's amazing. I don't take it for granted. And during a game, I am the worst spectator, okay? I get on the coach's nerves. I get on Tara's nerves. I want to know everything that's going on. I'm a control freak, an absolute control freak. And for me, seeing this program in the hands of experts now is really difficult, because I know that I sometimes overstep the mark. I sometimes send messages out. I sometimes speak to players. But I've got to learn that the program is in such good hands at the moment. And part of that is you as supporters and family members. You'll see me sitting in the stand pretending to do things with a pocket radar and pretending I know what I'm doing. Is to keep me busy. Is to keep me busy and away from disrupting things that kind of day. But please, if you see me, come and talk to me, because I feel pretty lonely up there on my own. The last 2 years, Tara's put together a coaching team, which I'm blown away with. You know, these people that give up their time. We've got Lincoln, we've got Patrick, we've got Patty Ruth. Although when Patty speaks, I'm still trying to work out what she says. But it's fantastic to have such expertise in the room, and people that are working at the highest level of softball in the world, not just internationally, but in the college program and travel ball program. And I can sit and listen to them guys all day, because they just. I remember sitting in a room in Oklahoma with Lincoln telling me about the different planes of batting, and it still sticks in my mind now. The type of thing that we're installing in these players. And our medical staff and our strength and conditioning staff, when the athletes filled in a form at the end of the last tournament, they wanted more support. So we've brought in David, we've brought in Katie, and we've brought in Alan. 3 people that I've worked with in other places, certainly David and Katie. David was my deputy chef de mission for Tokyo qualification in Paris, and Katie has worked with me through a number of Olympic cycles and won Olympic medals with us. I brought in trusted people, and I hope that gives the support that these players need. Whilst LA is the long-term aspiration, getting there is going to be a lot of fun, with many landmarks, many arguments, Tara, on the phone every day. But we all must remember to enjoy it. And a bit like Georgina said there, that we're a family, and there's going to be times where we're going to upset each other, but we need to remember to enjoy it. And I want to leave you with one thing, or 2 things really. One is our mission statement, and it's on the wall there of under a performance philosophy. We're going to be the best prepared physically, mentally, technically and tactically that we can be. Everybody's responsible for that. Every single player is in charge of that. We can't do that for you. Alan can do the most brilliant programs. Katie can do the most brilliant acupuncture. David can carry the biggest orange box. But only you can do that. And the one thing that I tell every athlete before they take the track, before they go onto a football pitch, before they take the field of play, how do you want to be remembered? 2 people in the room tonight I'm going to remember for the rest of my life as Hall of Famers. So please remember that. And as you walk out the door here when you leave us tonight, you'll see a lioness staring at you, asking you, how do you want to be remembered? So thank you all for coming and celebrating Steph and Georgina's induction to the Hall of Fame. Thank you. Pictures.
So just a quick thank you, obviously, to GA for putting this all together and making this room so special, and to Chris Knobloch for getting this all together, putting up the slides, making sure that everybody's here and available.
It was Chris, not me. Chris.
And for everything that Chris does as well. And then to Steph, like I said, we've crossed paths for maybe the past 7 years. It's incredible that you're here, so thank you so much for being here and supporting us. And having that heart and soul, and really representing what it means to be a part of Great Britain softball. And George, we love you, and every single day you are a pillar for this program, and really exemplify what it means to be a lioness and be at the front of the pack, and making sure that you lead, and you lead with love. So thank you for everything that you do. And to the parents and the families, thank you for being here. It's really incredible that you're here with us, that you're here in Utrecht and supporting us. It matters. It matters when you're up in the stands and you're cheering. We hear it. So just know you can be louder. Get crazy up there. You can be louder. The next couple of days are going to be really, really fun. And we need you. We need your support. And just want to thank you for being here to celebrate these 2. And if you need anything from us, you just let us know. Go GB.
Thank you.